Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 3rd. We are going to jump right in here, Gemini. You have this Into Me I See card and this Spirit of Gratitude card. So it could be a good week for you to focus on yourself. That Into Me I See card is intimacy, but it's about kind of like looking into yourself. The Spirit of Gratitude card, almost every single person had like a card of gratitude this week, like the Nine of Pentacles or the Empress can represent practicing gratitude. Obviously some of these decks have other cards of gratitude in them. And, like I said, pretty much everyone has had a card like that. So it could be a great week to just practice gratitude. And, again, I think gratitude is a great card, a great energy for manifestation and getting more good stuff in your life. So I definitely would focus on that. You have the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. I feel like I said this to you last week, or maybe it was the week before. I don't really remember, but I feel like saying you're right. I feel like Gemini is about to be proven right. You have the Six of Wands to the Eight of Cups. It's like Eight of Cups is walking away into darkness. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. Now, some people would say the Eight of Cups, the guy on the card is walking towards the Nine of Cups, but we don't actually know that. We don't know what he is walking towards, and neither does he. He just knows that he's walking away from something that no longer serves him. But the Six of Wands is kind of like a card of a victory or a success. And you also have another six right here. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love two sixes. Two sixes to me says you're on the right path. It's basically like major confirmation that you're going in the right direction. And then right next to it, you have the Nine of Cups. So I just get this feeling that you are being proven right about something. I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well. So, this could be you choosing to like go find another job, and maybe people are calling you crazy, but maybe you leave, get another job in the future, and then, maybe the company you work for now goes under, right? Like I just get this feeling that you're making a right decision. And that's just one example. There's a million things that you could be working on or deciding right now, but whatever you're thinking, Gemini, I feel like you're right. You are right, is what I'm going to say. There's also an eclipse on this Eight of Cups, and of course we have two eclipses this month, and again, you could be. I'm talking about the month of March. You might be watching this early, but obviously this is for the week of March 3rd. But these eclipses are pretty powerful, so again, you could be dealing with the eclipse energy as well. You have the Queen of Wands. Again, I think being bold, being confident, being sure of yourself would be a very good energy for you to embrace, Gemini. The Queen of Wands is very bold, assertive, confident. She really goes for what she wants as well. So I feel for a lot of you that you could just be feeling very confident at this time, and that could be, leading to more success. I also feel like there could be a lot more like growth and abundance coming in for you for some reason. I don't really look at her as a card of growth and abundance, but one thing I will say is that she has this sunflower here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. And, again, you have those two sixes to the Nine of Cups, which says you're like going in the right direction. Then after that, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So just like, adding it all up, putting it all together, it's like you are being guided to a more abundant future, or you're being guided to something that is going to lead to more abundance. Pretty interesting. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can be marriage. We don't really see a lot of love in this reading. And so, it doesn't have to be marriage, right? This could just be you committing to doing something. It could also be you committing to a new direction with the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords coming up together. So I definitely feel some of you could be finally kind of like making a commitment here with the Six of Wands. But the thing about the Six of Wands as well is that it's a card, or sorry, the Four of Wands, is that it's a card of completion. There's this kind of like finish line at the top of the card there, and usually we have to cross through the threshold by wrapping one thing up and then kind of going on to the next stage. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, a card of expansion. Eight of Cups can be a limiting situation. That's all he's got is those 8 cups, right? This is all he can get from this situation is 8 cups worth of energy. And so the Three of Wands can say, I want more. I deserve more. And I kind of feel like that's what you're saying with the Three of Wands. You're like saying, what? I'm going to go on an adventure to find more. And this could be in any area of your life. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like something is getting annoying to you, Gemini, but not like in a bad way. It's almost like in a motivational way. And really, I feel if anything, if you're annoyed, you're probably being annoyed by yourself. But like not like I said, not I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like sometimes I think we sit around and again, I'm not calling you out or anything, but sometimes I think we come up with an idea or a plan for life and then we just kind of sit around and we don't do it and we take forever to get motivated to get going. And it's like I just feel like you're finally getting going, and obviously that's a good thing. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Cancer card. It says, nurture all that you love. It says, take time to care for your well-being and nurture the things you love. Yes. You have this helping hand card. It says, the universe is helping you find something you need that will lead to your next step. Yes. You have those 2 6s. So the universe is definitely guiding you at this time. I feel like the universe, it's almost like the universe is putting wind in your sails with this reading here, Gemini. That's kind of the feeling I get. Didn't I say to you, like in your last reading as well, that I think I said something to you about how it's almost like you're getting answers. Like, I don't think things are perfect. I don't think the universe ever is like, oh, go do this. It's not like you're going to hear some loud, booming voice that tells you what to do. But I do feel you're being led in the right direction, which is nice. You have the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. The 6 of Swords, of course, is about moving on to calmer shores, and I feel a lot of you could be. The thing about the 6 of Swords is that this guy here, the ferryman in the back of the boat, he represents a person who goes back and forth between choppy waters and the calmer shores. He represents a guide. But he has this staff here, or this wand, or whatever you want to call it, that he's using to push the boat forward. And sometimes with the 6 of Swords, I feel that you can be coming off a period of time where you're like a little bit stuck in the mud. And I feel that Gemini has been feeling that energy. I don't normally say that, but I do feel it in your reading that you could have been feeling like a little bit stuck or like things aren't really progressing. And it's like things are finally progressing, I feel, which again is good. You have the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles, it says, teamwork makes the dream work. Really good time for teamwork. I also think it is an amazing time for Gemini's work in general. I think it's an amazing time for you to get attention for your work. I think it's an amazing time for you to expand your work or your business. Again, you have Jupiter in your sign until June, and you might as well take advantage of it because, Jupiter causes you to expand, and putting your work on display or, showing off your skills, things like that could get you more attention, which could lead to like a raise or promotion. If you have your own business, it could lead to more business. So I would be taking advantage of that energy. You have the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is about taking the lead. I feel a lot of you could be taking the lead out like into the world. He has that world in his hands, and he needs to step out into the world to make things happen. And so I think for a lot of you that you could be kind of like taking bigger steps to make things happen in your life with the 2 of Wands. And I feel that would be really, really good for you. I get a lot of progress here. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. They are both very good cards of progress. So I really like that. With the 6 of Swords, you have the Star. Yeah, crazy. The readings this week have been very positive, very surprising, like way more positive than the past few months. So this week could be a much more positive week. I'm not saying, again, we have 2 eclipses, Venus retrograde this month. We have Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month. I'm not saying March is going to be perfect, but what I am saying is that it's definitely been, I don't know, the cards say that there's a lot more positive energy that exists. I always tell people that tarot can't make anything happen for you. You have to take advantage of the energy. And I give a million examples in every single reading on what you should be doing to take advantage of the energy. So if you didn't catch that, go back and watch this reading later. But, again, the Star, very good card. The Star is about having a North Star. With the Star, we have to have a single focus. We have to pick one thing and make it happen. So there is the action that you have to take. If you don't do that, then you're going to have a hard time, plain and simple. Nothing is perfect. Again, tarot can't make anything happen for you. You have to take action. Pick one thing, make it happen this month. With the 3 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands again. Yeah, a lot of this Queen of Wands energy. The thing about the Queen of Wands is that she's kind of my card of marching to the beat of your own drum. She kind of does her own thing. She has an idea and she just moves towards it, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. And that is really the point of the Queen of Wands. The other point of the Queen of Wands is that usually you have to learn as you go. Usually the Queen of Wands chooses a journey where she doesn't know all the details. She just has to figure it out as she goes along. And so don't be afraid to like do something where you have to learn as you go. With the Two of Wands, you have the Magician. I kind of feel like you are the Magician right now. The Magician says you have all the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities necessary to be very successful. Also, really good card for using your energy to manifest. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says adjustments are required. You have this other card that says work through your fears. These are two things that I think everybody has to deal with right now. Fears of not being good enough, fears of not being able to handle whatever you're doing. And of course, if we start something new or if we're working on new ideas, adjustments will be required. We might have to, change the way that we do things. We might need to come up with other angles or, different ways of being successful. You have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. The Nine of Cups is a card of fulfillment or wish fulfillment, so I do feel like there could be some sort of like wish coming in for you, or there is wish fulfillment coming in for you with the Nine of Cups, which is good. I also feel that for some of you that this could say that you are walking towards fulfillment. You have that Eight of Cups, and again, Eight of Cups can say that you're walking way into darkness, like you don't know where you're going. Like he doesn't know if he's going to get to the Nine of Cups or not. He doesn't know that. And the good news is you have the Nine of Cups, which says you're kind of getting to the Nine of Cups. You have the Page of Swords. I think that curiosity is a very good energy to embrace right now. Really, what I would actually say for most people is that it's more like childlike energy. I think we need to release attachment to outcome, number one. So we need to not worry so much about like what is going to happen or if we're going to be able to complete something. I think we need to practice like non-attachment, and we also need to be flexible, ask a lot of questions, and be curious if we're going to do something. I pretty much have said to everybody like over the last year, and this is going to continue until like 2033, if you're setting out to do something and you're saying to yourself, this has to go this way, then you're going to have a really hard time. But if you start a goal and you say, I'm just going to see what happens and I'm going to learn as I go and I'm going to try to get there, and you look at it as more of like a fun journey, then you're going to have a much easier time. So, I feel this childlike energy for everyone. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords could be you, Gemini, showing up in this reading. So whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. Queen of Swords also only has clouds halfway up her body. So, she is seeing things clearly for the first time, like the future. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be kind of like seeing your future or your future potential much more clearly with that Queen of Swords, which is great. Let's see. With the Nine of Cups here, you have the Lovers. It could be you, again, showing up here. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. This could also be love. So for those of you that want love, there could be like a new person who has their eye on you, but we'll see what comes up. With the Page of Swords, you have the Sun, which is amazing. We have these, again, the readings this week have been amazing. And the Sun and the Star is very positive. The Sun and the Star can represent fame and fortune. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become famous, but it is amazing for attention. Again, almost every single reading I've done this week has been about getting attention. So clearly, this week is very important for the collective to get positive attention. Now, one thing I would say is that you go down to the Hangman. So this kind of changes things for you, Gemini. This is like the one difference I see in your reading, between your reading and everybody else's. The Hangman would be about enlightenment. These two cards can be cards of enlightenment because they're both cards of light. So again, this could be a week where you're getting answers, which is basically what I said at the beginning of the reading. That, it seems to me like you're getting an answer on what your next step should be or what you should be doing in your life. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, again, that just furthers what I just said. The Two of Swords, she needs to trust her intuition. Sometimes blindfolds in the tarot can say that the person on the card or, the person I'm reading for needs to tap into their intuition more to get answers. She is trying to make a decision. Really, what I would say is my problem with the Two of Swords is that she's kind of like she's thinking this or that. She's trying to find a middle ground, but it's like sometimes no answer is the answer. Like, when I was a child, my parents used to tell me, like, if I couldn't make a decision on something, my parents used to say to me, well, then the answer is no. If you can't make up your mind, then the answer is no. Then you don't really want it, right? And that's like popping into my head with the Two of Swords. Like, if you can't make up your mind on something, maybe the answer is no, or maybe there's something better that you could be getting. So definitely something to pay attention to. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. Health and wellness are necessary to enjoy an abundant life. Yes. And you have this love card. It says, love is the greatest of successes on the path to prosperity. Who can fully experience abundance without it? No one. So, again, you could be committing to love. Again, this doesn't even have to be a person with that Four of Wands. This could just be you committing to yourself, loving yourself. It could be you committing to, your hobbies or doing things that you enjoy. It could be a job, a business, whatever. So I think committing to the energy of love is what the answer is. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Hangman. The Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. I feel really good about this. Like, I feel like you finally are getting to this place where you feel like you're getting something for the work that you do. I know that was a mouthful, but really what I would say is that I think between now and June, like I think June is definitely popping into my head right now as being a time where you're really going to see the rewards. But it's like, do the work now. Because, that doesn't mean, sometimes I say this and people say to me, like, I don't want to wait till June. And I'm always like, well, it's not like you're not going to be making money between now and then. It's like you don't just make money, not make money, and then all of a sudden make money. It's usually it's gradual, right? So, again, put in the work now because, by the time you get to June, I think you'll be happy that you did, especially if you have any goals or ideas with the Eight of Pentacles. But very, very good. You have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. I kind of feel some signs, certain signs, you being one of them, could definitely be feeling like the universe is delivering justice to you, like karmic justice. Especially, Eight of Pentacles can represent material success on the horizon, but it can also represent like rewards kind of from the work that you've already done. So if you've done a lot of work in life but haven't been getting the rewards, I feel like some of you could just be getting better rewards with the Eight of Pentacles, which is great. You have the Hangman. The Hangman, of course, can represent being stuck in hangman mode, but in the area of the good stuff, and also based off of the sun and the star, I feel that you are gaining enlightenment, or it's almost like you're getting answers for something here, Gemini, and I feel like these answers are going to be very beneficial for you, so I really like to see that. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, no rushing at this time, but again, Knight of Swords is very good in the good stuff with the Eight of Pentacles. This is kind of like building momentum. It's like things taking off quickly. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be building a lot of momentum in work or business, or you could be seeing things progress a lot faster, which is good. I think work has been slow. With the Justice card, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords in the good stuff to me represents taking a risk. So if there are any risks that you're thinking of taking, now we're talking about calculated risk right now. I pretty much always say that right now, like between now and 2033, I don't think we should be taking stupid risk, right? We need to be making sure if we're taking a risk, it needs to be a calculated risk, and also not a risk that will ruin your life, right? Like tiny little risk that really won't make much of a difference. Those are good risks. The risk of exposure, the risk of public speaking, the risk of saying something and looking stupid, the risk of putting your project out into the world and being made fun of. Those are the types of risks we should be taking. Sun, star, hangman. Sun and the star want us to get attention. Pluto and Aquarius wants us to get attention. So the type of risk we should be taking are things that, yeah, sure, maybe it would hurt your ego, right? Or if someone made fun of you or whatever. But the people who take those risks that are willing to kind of like look like a fool by speaking up or, any of those things, those are the people who are going to be very successful. So do it. With the Hangman, you have the Knight of Wands. Really good travel cards here. Didn't you have like a card that said something about this here? Or am I making that up? I don't know. I might be making that up. But what I would say here is this could be a good time to go on an adventure. Could be a good time to, try new things or whatever. So this looks very, very good for you, Gemini, and I like what I see. You have this love card. There you go. We do see good love cards here. You know, you have the Lovers and the Four of Wands. So for those of you that want love, definitely could be coming in for you. You have this hand. It says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. I think you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So any help you can get would be good. You have this Rabbit. It says too much concern with sexual matters. I would be very careful. It is a lusty period of time, right? We have a lot of this very strong sexual energy in the astrology, especially Venus going retrograde into Pisces. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of Pisces are freaks. Like, Pisces are secret freaks. I will reveal that to you right now, Gemini. It's like sometimes I think some Pisces come off as, nice little people who go to church or something, but really they're a bunch of freaks. Plain and simple. So again, Venus, I'm not saying you're dealing with the Pisces here, but what I'm saying is Venus retrograding into Pisces, I think definitely could bring up that energy with people. So I would pay attention. You have this Happiness card. So yeah, a very good reading. I think you will be very happy with it. You have this Diamond card. It says you'll be receiving a precious gift. So that definitely could be a gift coming in for you as well. But this looks amazing, Gemini. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.